The story of God's destruction of Sodom and Gomorrah is something that has captivated spiritual seekers and scholars for millennia. These two cities, once prosperous, became known for their sin, and divine judgment. What led them to such a destructive end? Sodom and Gomorrah, located on the fertile plains of the Jordan River, were symbols of prosperity. Yet they were also steeped in sin, predominantly sexual immorality, which was not an isolated issue but a widespread cultural norm. It was a society that celebrated exploitation and degradation. This sin impregnated the cities, influencing every aspect. It led to a toxic moral climate that weakened the societal fabric, unraveling community bonds. These once flourishing cities had turned into swamps of moral decay. But this was not a hidden sin. It was done openly, a clear defiance of divine laws. The citizens reveled in their sin, ignoring the moral codes meant to guide them. Such audacious disregard for righteousness was what reached the heavens. The sin of Sodom and Gomorrah was so flagrant, it reached the ears of God himself. When the sin of these cities reached a boiling point, God made a decision. This decision, as grave and shocking as it might have been, was not made lightly. It was a reflection of God's intolerance for sin and his deep, unwavering desire for righteousness. God, in his divine wisdom, saw the escalating depravity in Sodom and Gomorrah and knew that it was time to act. The cities had become a hotbed of immorality, perversion, and unrighteousness. The cries of the oppressed, the sight of injustice, and the stench of sin had reached heaven's door. God, who is pure and holy, could not ignore the blatant disregard for his commandments. God's decision to destroy Sodom and Gomorrah was not a whimsical act of a wrathful deity, but a just response to the rampant sin. His love for righteousness and justice outweighed his patience for the city's wickedness. This decision echoes a profound truth about God's character. He is slow to anger, but he will not let sin go unpunished. God's decision was not arbitrary, but a just response to the rampant sin. Yet even in the face of impending destruction, there was a glimmer of hope: Abraham. As the story unfolds, we see Abraham, a man of great faith, interceding on behalf of the righteous in Sodom and Gomorrah. Abraham, aware of the divine intention to obliterate the cities, approached God with a plea, a request that showcased his deep compassion and unyielding faith. Abraham's plea to God was not merely a request for mercy for his nephew Lot, who resided in Sodom, but an intercession for all the righteous living within the city walls. He asked God if he would spare the cities if even 50 righteous people could be found within them. To this, God responded affirmatively. But Abraham didn't stop there. He continued to negotiate with God, lowering the number from 50 to 45, then to 30, then 20, and finally to 10. Each time God agreed to Abraham's terms, showing his infinite mercy and willingness to spare the cities for the sake of the righteous few. This exchange between Abraham and God reveals a profound truth about the nature of God. His justice is tempered with mercy, and he is willing to show leniency when righteousness is found. Abraham's intercession was a bold act of faith. It demonstrates the power of prayer and the potential of a single righteous person to impact the fate of many. His dialogue with God serves as a testament to the belief that God listens, God cares, and God is willing to relent when faced with righteousness. Abraham's intercession was not ultimately successful in saving Sodom and Gomorrah, but it was not in vain. It revealed God's mercy and showed that even in the face of grave sin, there is always room for mercy and redemption for those who are righteous. Abraham's intercession shows the power of prayer and the mercy of God. Despite Abraham's plea, the cities could not be spared. The dawn of destruction was upon Sodom and Gomorrah. The cities, once bustling with life, now stood on the precipice of divine judgment. But amidst this impending doom, there was a glimmer of mercy. Lot, Abraham's nephew, and his family were given their chance at redemption. An angelic warning echoed through their home, urging them to flee and never look back. As they hastened away, the heavens opened, raining down a fiery tempest upon the sinful cities. The streets that once echoed with laughter were now filled with cries of despair. The once majestic cities were reduced to smouldering ruins, a testament to the wrath of the divine. Yet, amidst the chaos, a single act of disobedience marked a tragic turn. Lot's wife, unable to resist the pull of what was being left behind, turned back. In that moment, she was transformed into a pillar of salt, a timeless symbol of the cost of disobedience. The tale of Sodom and Gomorrah is not merely one of destruction, but also a stark reminder of the consequences of sin. These cities, lost to time, serve as a poignant warning to all. For in their ruin we find a message that echoes through the ages, an eternal testament to the divine's intolerance of sin and the mercy extended to those who heed his words. The destruction of Sodom and Gomorrah is a stark reminder of the wrath of God against sin. What can we learn from the story of Sodom and Gomorrah? This tale is more than just a piece of ancient history. It's a profound lesson about the gravity of sin and the mercy of God. It's a sobering reminder that unchecked sin leads to destruction, and yet the power of intercession can move mountains. The story also underscores the justice of God, who rewards righteousness while punishing wickedness. As we reflect on this story, we see the dire consequences of sin and the need for righteousness. The story of Sodom and Gomorrah is more than a tale from the past. It's a testament to the enduring power of divine justice and a reminder of the consequences of straying from the path of righteousness. This account, steeped in ancient wisdom, holds relevance even today, serving as a mirror to our own lives and spiritual journeys. It's an invitation to reflect on our actions, our choices, and the values we uphold. Whether we're navigating the tumultuous seas of life or standing at the crossroads of crucial decisions, these biblical tales can offer us guidance, comfort, and a beacon of hope in times of despair. So let's engage in a dialogue, a communion of thoughts and experiences. Share your reflections on the story of Sodom and Gomorrah. How has it resonated with your personal journey? How has it influenced your understanding of faith, morality, and divine justice? If you found this video useful, like it and subscribe to our channel. Remember, every story in the Bible has something to teach us. What has this story taught you? Please share your thoughts in the comment below.